Must be a damn fool walking in here like we're friends.
Oh, we're friends, Daniel. Just not yet. Name's Lucas Bishop. Searching for mutants to carry on the torch. Moving on mighty fast there.
I looked for months. I couldn't find a trace of them, or the damn asteroid. The X-Men are dead.
Cyclops, hit me! Time for an exorcism, punks!
Could take me down. Have I ever disappointed you?
Yes, but that is probably not relevant for the mission report. Our intel does still feel like it is missing something. Are you certain you followed our parameters and got out without any disturbances?
You know me, precise as always. The whole thing went down without a hitch. Mind driving to the artifact gallery? Long flight.
You were only supposed to take what was inside the statue.
There were complications.
We have procedures to ensure our missions go unnoticed.
There we go.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I just finished up another episode of regular show right quick.
Oh, nice. That's great.
I was watching things ever since they did the reboot, I was watching the show over again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's I got to do that with like six shows. There's so many things I have to like rewatch. Like I'm looking behind you at the posters. I got to watch basically all the Infinity Saga again to get ready for Doomsday because like getting ready for because I'm like I got to get ready for Spider-Man, got to get ready for Avengers Doomsday because I'm not missing that. I'm so excited.
You
So
don't miss it, man. Yeah, that's my
I
plans for
know.
this summer. I'm gonna watch the
Yeah,
whole Infinity Saga all over again. That's my plans for the summer.
nice.
And
That's a good
then,
plan. Good plan.
as soon as I get paid tomorrow, I'm gonna get the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on digital now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Cause I
I
was
guess I
like,
could. Yeah.
it was only been a month, and now they releasing it that early.
I know. Yeah. It's crazy because like I remember a time when it was like the movie came out like 3 months and then maybe on DVD at that point. But now it's like, yeah, it's immediate.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry about the whole like schedule throwing out. Thing is, ever since I had to get rid of so much storage on my phone, CapCut was taking up most of my storage. I've lost
Oh,
track of the videos I had to put up and who I had this week. So
yeah.
it's
No.
kind of we're just I'm just trying to just have better like awareness with the schedules. So
Oh no, you're good. I mean, I had to switch stuff around too, so it's fine. I mean, this is a great time, so I'm all good.
just gotta work on communication skills and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
have time. I didn't have time to promote you because I was backed up on stuff I had to do, and then I was getting ready for Pride Month.
Yeah, no, it's okay. No, lots of stuff is going on for me too. I just moved, so that's why there's like stuff behind me. So like I'm all over the place also, so that's fine. You know, it's all
Hey,
good.
I still haven't folded up my clothes in the last 5 months, so I'm still trying to get that back in order. So
Okay.
you're not the only one here.
Good.
So, well, if the small talk is over, again, let's do small talk first before we get into it.
Right, right, right.
I guess we go ahead and get this thing underway. So.
Yes, let's do it.
Oh, greetings, everyone, and happy Wednesday. This is Phil. I'm host of the Conversation Podcast. Summertime is almost here. It is hot outside, but at least I'm inside my cool house, so there's that. So I have a special guest with me here today. Introduce yourself. Who's Isaac Robertson Smith I'm speaking to this Wednesday afternoon?
Yes, great to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm glad that we're both inside because it's also hot where I am too. So, but it's fun. Yes, I'm here to talk. I mean, it's going to be nerd stuff, which I'm always excited about.
Of
So,
course.
yeah, yeah. So thank you for having me on. I'm excited to have a conversation. This is always great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Um, you didn't introduce to say who you are, man.
Oh, okay. I'll go a little further. So I'm a voice actor, and I'm proud to say that I play Bishop on X-Men '97. That's probably one of those notable credits so far in my career. Done a lot of things like I'm trying to think of the things I've been in: Final Fantasy VII Remake, Marvel's Avengers, Disney Dreamlight Valley. I just announced today that I'm the voice, the voice. I'm the soundboard voice of Black Noir and the Boys. That was a cool thing that I got to talk about today. And I've been in movies and television shows and animation and commercials and yeah, so just kind of whatever whoever will hire me to talk into a microphone, that's where I am. So yeah, I love
Uh,
it.
well, if you see an opportunity, take it.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, always, always.
Don't waste that opportunity. Now, before we get into this, let's start with a little bit of an icebreaker. Now, for the
Okay.
last few episodes, I talked about what's your favorite place to go to. Now,
Yeah.
let's change this up. Now, who's your favorite black superhero?
My favorite black superhero, right off the bat, probably Miles Morales, because Spider-Man's like my top favorite. And then if you go into like specifically black superheroes, definitely Miles Morales. I gotta go, there's a few. So Miles Morales is probably at the top because of the Spider-Man world. Black Panther for sure, because I've, closely associated. I also voiced him for a few things. And who else? I want to get more into him, but a friend of mine introduced me to Cloak and Dagger. So Cloak specifically, of Cloak and Dagger, I want to like look into a little bit more because that he's really cool. But those are the ones that like rise to the top for me, I think.
There you go. There you go. My favorite ones are going to be Cyborg,
Yeah.
that Static Shock, of course.
Oh, I forgot about Static Shock. Oh man, okay, I go back. My list includes Static Shock also. Yeah. I watch that show all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of black superheroes out there. They're trying to, I will say this, they are trying to put Miles Morales in the MCU right now.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Yes. Oh, please. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they said Tom Holland was going to do three more movies and then he was done. Because
Okay.
Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out, so this is like
Right,
the
right, right.
beginning of this is the beginning of a new trilogy for him. And
Yeah.
he's like the only one who has four Spider-Man films. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. No, we need Miles out there. And I mean, Donald Glover sort of alluded to him in that one part where he's like my nephew, blah blah blah. And I was like, nephew, we know what that means. Where is he? Let's see
Mhm.
him. So yeah.
Remember what Jamie Foxx said in No Way Home?
Yeah.
Maybe there is a black Spider-Man out there somewhere.
Yeah. Yes. Don't tease us like that. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Shit, I need to watch No Way Home again too.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
So I got a lot of binge watching to do before Avengers Doom. We both do.
We both
Shoot.
do. Yes. We have homework. We have homework. Yeah.
Yeah, so we well reminded. Man,
Yeah.
see, now I want to start Iron Man this weekend.
Yeah, good place to start. I was just thinking about that the other day, and I can't believe it's been what, 20,
It's been
almost
18
almost
years
18
since that
years?
movie
Yeah,
came out.
yeah. Man, that's crazy. But yes, got to start over. I have them all on Blu-ray, so I'm probably just gonna watch them old school,
Well, there you go. I mean,
Yeah,
I know you got Disney Plus and you voice and
yeah,
text,
I do.
but sometimes, those streaming services go out of businesses and it's
Right.
like we have to purchase those DVDs offline
Yes.
and
And I
everything.
like to hold it, I like to like know that like this is mine. This is my copy. I have it in my hands and I own this. Yeah.
There
So
you
you
go.
get it. Yeah.
So, well, now that the ice is broken, I guess we can get into the main thing, okay? Now, I have 20 questions here, but
Okay.
some of these might get mixed up into two-part questions, okay?
Okay.
Instead
Yeah,
of
all
just
good. Yeah. Go
that
for
one
it.
faster. All right, so this one's going to be a two-part question, okay?
Okay.
Now, what originally pulled you towards voice acting and what made you commit to it professionally? And part two, do you remember the first moment where you felt like, yeah, I actually belong in this industry?
Oh, really good questions. So, honestly, what pulled me to voiceover initially wasn't anything that was like clear initially because I didn't know voice acting was a career originally. I just sort of knew that voices came from somewhere, and I always imitated stuff when I was a kid. And so I would do things with my brother, like we make up our own episodes of like Pokemon and like Star Wars movies and Yu-Gi-Oh episodes and all these shows we loved. We would like make up our own episodes as kids and like create the voices and stuff. But I never thought that it was an actual serious thing. But it's sort of coupled with my theater love because I did theater in when I was a kid. I sang when I was a kid. I did musical theater, did it in college. Um, so I've always been drawn to things that are a lot of things that are like sound related. So like voices or music or singing or things with instruments. So like that was always fascinating to me. And then I would just imitate voices growing up. So I was drawn to something about it early, but I didn't know it was a career until the end of high school when I watched an interview with the Simpsons voice actors, who are some of my favorite people because those characters I grew up listening to and they're so phenomenal. And once I realized that it was actually a job that people had, I was like, oh, okay, all of this other stuff makes sense now. I have to like act on this. So I started to take classes in college while I was getting my theater degree. So at the same time taking my college classes, I was also looking into voiceover classes and doing those. And it's weird. Like you asked the question about I belong in this industry. I know that on a low level because I've been that moment when I had the realization that I was gonna go for it was um it was actually around when Iron Man came out, funny enough, 18 years ago. 2008 is when I graduated high school and went to college. And so I've been doing it for a long time, but there have been, I guess, little incremental points where I felt like, yeah, I belong in the industry and like I do feel like I belong there, but there's always a sense of like, I want to do more. I don't want to settle on my laurels. I don't want to like ever get comfortable necessarily. So I'm always looking ahead and looking up to people that I admire. Like we talked about Static Shock a second ago. So like Phil Lamar, phenomenal black voice actor, obviously somebody I look up to. Other people like, the big names like Rob Paulson, Bob Bergen, Frank Welker, all those guys.
And don't
And
forget
then
about Tom Kane. He just passed away a few days
oh,
ago.
yes, rest in peace. Condolences to his family. Tom Kane had one of the most, and I didn't realize it until I like looked at his pictures again this weekend um with everything he'd done. Like this guy was all over my childhood with the voice. Like, I watched Powerpuff Girls all the time, and he was so many voices of that.
I
Um,
didn't, and he was also Commissioner Gordon and Mayor Quincy Sharp in Batman Arkham Asylum. You know,
oh wow, yeah, yes, that's
and
right. Now I'm like hearing it in my head again. Yeah,
yeah, and Kevin Conroy passed away 4 years ago in
right.
2022. Here's the
Yeah.
thing: I was playing Arkham Knight, one of his games, when I completed the whole game in 2022. I wake
Yeah.
up the next morning, he's gone.
Oh
And I was like, I just completed Arkham Knight last night. I wake up next
yeah.
morning and he's gone?
Yeah. He's like, I just finished this story. Yeah. I mean, for anybody listening or watching this, there's a clip of him online from an interview series called I Know That Voice. It's a documentary about voice actors, and he talks about Kevin Conroy talks about volunteering during 9/11, and doing the Batman voice and how that like lifted people's spirits and just shows what kind of a person he was. So definitely him, definitely Tom Kane. Thank you for mentioning him. So yeah, all those people, I'm sort of always looking forward. So I know that I belong, but I'm always trying to be better than I am now, to myself. And so in that I'm always striving to look to people that I admire and look to what they're doing and kind of their longevity and why they're so good and all those things. So I do feel like I belong, but at the same time there's imposter syndrome that kind of sneaks in. So I'm like I'm here, but I'm trying to hold on to my spot. So eventually maybe that'll fade a little bit, but I think everybody, no matter who you are or how successful, feels that a little on a certain level. So it's evolving, I guess, is the answer to the question. My feeling of belonging is an evolution. But great question. I really like that a lot.
But true, character development. It's all about character development.
Yes, yes,
So it takes
100%.
it takes time to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
So you say you graduated in 2008, right?
Hmm.
So I know throughout those last 18 years, you had to develop your skills before you
Hmm.
start really going huge in this industry. And
Right.
it's not something you can just wake up the next thing and all of a sudden, oof, I'm this amazing. Listen,
Yeah.
you know how long it took for all those Marvel movies to get from 2008 to something amazing as Avengers Endgame?
Yeah, I know.
They
Yeah.
had to work hard and make sure they have all the details down.
Right, right. Yes. No, I don't envy any of the people that are on the story side that have to keep it all straight because it's like a million pieces to like keep it in line and also satisfy the people like us that are the fans. So yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
Exactly. So yeah, just take your time. Listen, at the end of the day, we're all people.
Yes.
So we just
Yeah.
we just
What
gotta
a good
make
reminder.
sure. Yeah, we just gotta
Yeah.
keep that mindset in ourselves. Like we can
Right.
do what we love doing, but we gotta remember. Because the
Right.
thing is, I know with me doing this for a while, but here's the thing: I'm going to be saying, listen. At the end of the day, I just want to live a regular life. That's all I want.
Yeah. I think we all want that. Yeah. Just want to be able to relax, have connections with people that we love and enjoy what we're doing. So,
Because
yeah.
I watched a podcast that Tom Holland was in with Jay
Mm.
Shetty. I don't know if you know who Jay Shetty
Yeah, I know
is.
Jay Shetty. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Tom was saying stuff like, to be honest, if I'm being honest, I don't like Hollywood at all. That's my
Yeah,
opinion. Because, it just gets a lot of noise and it's really, there's a lot of people in that area. And that's why he was saying you don't see me at a lot of award shows and red carpets because
right.
it's just I don't have like the feeling of like, having all those cameras on me and everything. And
Yeah,
because he's trying to slow down. And I don't blame him. Like
not at
even
all.
Michael B. Jordan said he goes to Japan when Hollywood gets too loud.
Yeah, that's a good escape. Yeah. I mean, and
So
he's one of the biggest movie stars in the world, so I get that. Yeah.
So, so yeah, he was saying like, he wants to keep doing what he likes doing, but at the end of the day, he just wants to live a regular life.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Yep.
So, because with
Huh.
the Spider-Man movie coming out,
Yeah, I
he's
know.
so
Take
just
your rest when you can get it. Yeah.
e- exactly, and that's what some people don't understand. Even Josh Brolin in another TED talk I watched, he was like,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, people want to figure out how to be famous, whereas back in the day, it was all about paying your dues.
Yeah, I align old school with that kind of thinking because like I don't have any desire to be famous. I just want to work and have, enough to live comfortably, have a family eventually, and enjoy my work. I don't need the other stuff. Other
Yeah.
stuff is fine, but it's not. I'm not, striving for it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And there was a post, but like, before that, yeah, George Clooney was saying like, make sure you're doing it for the passion and the love of it, not just to be
yeah,
famous.
right. Yep.
And to add on to that, there was this post with Alex Lee. I think you know who Alex Lee is,
Mm.
and he's a voice actor. Does like he was in Solo Leveling and all
Oh,
that
okay. Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a post that I saw 2 weeks ago while I was trying to go to bed and trying to sleep. He was
Yeah.
saying like people were giving him like hate comments and all that stuff, saying like he's
Mm.
just doing this because he's popular. And he was like, I wish. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Because
funny.
because he told us that in 2018, he was cut off from his parents and he
Mm.
moved to LA to start doing a voice acting career. So he had to like do like and he only had $2,000 in his pocket,
Wow.
which is
Yeah.
not a lot of
Okay.
money. So he
Yeah.
had to work constantly looking for new auditions to do. And voice,
Yeah.
and I'll be honest with you, Isaac, the work that you're doing is not an easy job. It's not
Right.
easy.
Yeah. Oh,
You
I
got to
know.
deal with a lot of rejections. Keep looking for auditions and just making sure that you do the work and make sure someone will be like, "Hey, let's bring this guy in. He's capable."
Right. 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 Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing that I lean on is connections, and it is work, and it's been a lot of time to get to where I am now. But I thank you for appreciating it and calling it out because I forget sometimes the work that goes into it. I'm like, oh yeah, there is a lot of time that I put into what I've done. So
Yeah, yeah, and some of the fans just don't see that.
yeah.
Like it took me until 2023 to now to really understand you guys' perspective.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to read more too, trying to do more research.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Listen, just pick up a book and read something.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Right.
all. That's all. I
Yeah.
know you got a
Louder
lot
for the
of.
people in the back, please.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing these last years, and I'm starting to understand you guys more, and that's why I
That's
have
great.
so many of you guys as friends now, because people
Yeah.
like the discussions I'm having with you guys.
Right. No, it's great. I think it's great what you're doing. That's awesome.
So let's keep the magic happening.
Okay. Sounds
So
good.
now, what were some early struggles that made you quit, and what kept you going?
Ooh, I'm proud to say that I never quit, but I did get close to, I had a lot of, feelings of, I had low feelings in a few moments. Sorry, I'm kidding. Um, there were parts of my years getting to this point where, for example, I wasn't getting represented by an agent. It took me a long time to get an agent. Um, and I was at a point, probably like about 4 or 5 years, 6 years into this deal, where I was like, I don't have an agent. I'm not doing the work that I want to do. No one is really hearing. Like I remember talking to I used to be a performer at Universal Studios in Disneyland, and I remember at that point I was talking to my mom, who's been a huge supporter of pretty much everything I've done, which has been amazing. And I said to her, I was like, how am I going to let people know that I do voiceover? Like nobody knows that I do this. I'm not really making an impact. I don't know how I'm going to get an agent because nobody there knows who the hell I am. Um, and at the same time, I think the thing that kept me going was, faith in myself, faith in what faith in general, faith. And I had people around me that showed me that this was an important thing that I should be sharing. the things that I was doing at the theme park world and the friends that I had supported my idea of like, oh no, you should be doing this, and I think you'd be great at this thing, and no, you should keep looking into it. And so I did because I didn't really see any other option because I didn't have a backup plan. That's what a lot of people uh, sometimes get stuck into is like, well, I want to do this thing, but I'm going to fall back on this. And so I think the thing for me is I literally don't know how to do anything else really well, aside from my hobbies and things like that that I, take time to do just on my own time. But the fact that I didn't have a backup plan, and then I don't know, I really wanted it, and I saw the joy that I got from doing it, and I wanted to chase that. And so, despite the fact that I was being told no a million times leading up to where I am now, I don't think I got deterred because I get so much enjoyment out of what I do and I get so much I get so much given back to me because of the work that I do. I mean, in instances like this, like, this interview and talking to other people and even little projects I had done up to that point, I was being shown like, no, the glimmer of light is right there. Just keep going toward it. It's kind of obscured, but like it's over there. So something about that just pulled me forward and that I love it so much. Um, which I know it's not really a tangible answer of how I kept going, but that's the most that I can recall right now of why I kept moving is because I felt that I had to, I think. So there you go.
I know that's a perfect answer. Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes we get a feeling like, let me say this.
Yeah.
Sometimes in life we find ourselves, at a crossroads, and sometimes we ask the very powerful question, but it's an important question. What's the point of all this?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that's something that I ask frequently when everything's are rough or when things aren't going quite the way I want is you're right. You distill it down to what's really going on and what's the point of it all. And if that's not satisfying you on any level, then why? So
Yeah.
that's you said it much more smartly than I did, which is what's the point of all this? That's exactly what I asked myself. I'm like, oh, I remember why. I can see why. I remember now. So I got to keep going toward it.
There
So
you
yeah,
go. And there were at times where I wanted to stop this whole thing, but I told myself I can't just sit on my hands and do nothing.
no,
Something my granddaddy taught me too. She was saying like, if you want to be somebody, I can help you.
yeah.
But if you want to be nobody, you're on your own.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Nice.
And so I realized that I got to do something. Listen, I graduated from college 3 years ago now. It's been three
Yeah,
years since I graduated from college.
yeah,
So I got a bachelor's in digital media production and journalism, and I
yeah.
realized I had to do something with it because I can't just let it sit there and collect dust. What am
No,
I going to do? I just
yeah,
sit down, just do nothing, and hope something happens? I
yeah,
had to get after it.
yeah. And you did. And look where you are. I mean, it's great. I love that you jumped on it. That's awesome.
Yeah. And listen, my dad was like, now don't forget, back then you didn't want to do journalism.
Yeah.
Look what you're doing.
Okay.
Look what
Yeah.
you're doing now.
Yeah. Seriously. Look at it. It's so cool. So cool.
So yeah, we just gotta make sure, and also listen, sometimes we also have to go see somebody that we trust, go see a therapist
Hmm.
and talk to them about your problems. Not
Right.
sure if you have a therapist,
I
but
do. And I wholly condone and support therapy. I've had a therapist. I've been doing therapy for the better part of 10 years, and it's helped so much in so many aspects of my life and my career, my relationships, and my belief in myself and the things I'm doing. So yes, yes,
yeah.
all the way for therapy and talking to somebody about what's going on.
Exactly. And listen, sometimes when the Hollywood gets stuff, because I know, oh, you be filming a lot of those comics and pop culture stuff, but
Yeah,
sometimes you have to take a step back, and like go talk to somebody after. I just want to break from all the noise, like we
yes,
said earlier.
yeah. Just rest. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And so, but
Yeah.
listen, not saying, and I say, I'm not saying you should stop. No, keep doing what
No,
you're
no,
doing.
I
Go
know. I'm
far.
gonna go. Yes, don't worry. I have a vacation set for the rest of the year, so I got those plans. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep working. So don't worry.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
stop.
Same thing with me. I got plans to travel. Like I'm already booking my flight to Raleigh, North Carolina. Haven't seen
Good.
my mom wants me to go hang out with my sister for a bit.
Okay.
So I had points on my credit on my Delta cards. So I
Oh, I'm
had
Delta
to.
too. Yes, yes. Delta
I
Sky
just,
Miles.
I just,
Yeah.
let it sit there because I was like, I'm not really doing anything, so I'm just gonna
Right.
let it sit there. But they expired a few weeks ago, almost expired a few weeks ago. So we booked the
Okay.
flight to North Carolina July 23rd, 27th, because I'm actually getting
Good.
ready to go to GalaxyCon over there.
Oh, cool. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Everybody.
was like, I
That's great.
forgot they're having that this July in North Carolina. So I guess I
Yeah.
could go.
Yeah. Yeah. Might as well. That's gonna be so fun. That's great.
There you go. So yeah, tape for Gaitian days if you need to.
Yes,
Don't
yes,
stop
yes.
doing what you love.
No, no, no. Yeah, but a good mix. It's good to do things in a mix. I like that.
Sure thing. All right, now that we're out of section one, let's go into section two, craft and performance.
Okay.
So now, two things. This is another two-part question. Now,
Okay.
when you approach a new character, what's the first thing you lock into? The voice, emotion, or the story? Part two, you've worked across anime, games, and Western animation. How does your performance process change between them?
That's really good. So for the approach, it usually is kind of instinctual with the voice and the characterization because I'm looking at the character. Hopefully, if there's a drawing or something like that. If not that, then there's a description. But story is probably the most important part of it, and it's something that I ne don't. I mean, I like to believe that I always think about story first. Sometimes just zero in on like, what are the lines? What does the character look like? What's the voice? But once I have the context of the story, it changes everything. So story wise, in fact, I literally just did an audition before I got on here with you, where I had the lines kind of figured out and I was looking at it because it was an on camera because it was for a video game audition. So they wanted performance capture. So they wanted to see my face, which is rare in what we do. But the story around it informed a lot of the choices that I had kind of going in and out and in between the moment. So story is very important. And then, like I said, in addition, with the voice specifically, if there's something about the character that I can inform emotionally, like are they exhausted from something, or are they joyous about something? Are they holding a secret about something? All of those things affect how the voice performance is delivered. And so I try to consider all of that stuff, and I try to synthesize it in a really quick amount of time, just because there are auditions that are always streaming in, which I'm very lucky to have an amazing agent and so the auditions in volume sometimes overwhelm the amount of time you have to like really look and lock into something. So over time, I've gotten faster of being like, this and this, and then also making a choice and not being afraid to just jump in and just make a decision. Um, and so that's sort of how I jump into the characters. And as far as performance, it depends on what the project is because there are some, for example, there are some video games that are maybe more heightened than Western animation or anime or things like that. So the style could change, the studio producing them could shift. But in general, it's been a really interesting thing to go through different things because for Western animation, usually I mean, I know you know this, usually the visuals are not done until the voice performance comes in. So you record it, then they animate it, and then if you need to shift some things, then you go into ADR or add some more things later on. But for anime or even some video games, it's already done, and the emotional beats are already decided for you, and the performance is already locked in another language. So then you have to kind of fit yourself into what's already there. And the acting style for anime is very specific. So it's just kind of like playing different genres of music. I think I would equate it to that. It's like if you're used to playing jazz, but you have to play classical on this thing, but it's the same kind of character, you just shift dynamically to what you're kind of doing. But the story is, consistent. And what's great is the people that direct these things are always very informed and they know exactly what they're going for. So I come in with my best guesses, but I'm lucky to be in the hands of really amazing directors for a lot of this stuff. So I sort of shift my performance based off of what's there, but I don't lose the undercurrent of keeping the story grounded, even if it's like a wild, zany character, keeping it grounded, knowing what the story is, and knowing that the voice complements what the character is doing, but that's not the most important part. It's the performance underneath it. So, depending on what I'm going for, it could be more dynamic, it could be more subtle, it could be grounded. Um, and also closer or farther away from my natural voice, things like that. But it's sort of a mixture of all those things. But I do like the challenge and the fun and variety of doing different styles for different things. So that's sort of the whole big picture answer to what you asked. But
No, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. I want you to preach. It's a good picture
Yeah,
answer.
okay. Thank
So
you.
yeah, yeah, like every time, like I said, this goes back to what I was saying. Like all these directors in LA or Texas, they have to do research on what the story's about and what exactly are we trying to tell. And there's also, if you've been seeing some of these movies out here today, there are some key themes of what the
Yeah.
theme of the story is about.
Hmm.
You got to like sometimes people have to like pay attention, like, okay. this is the theme of it. How are we going to like put this into this movie if this is what we're going for?
Right.
And
Right.
some of those themes in those Marvel movies, like Avengers Endgame, it's all about sacrifice and everything and
Yeah.
friendship mostly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, sometimes I'd be watching those shows and look for context clues.
Yeah, that's what you have to do because sometimes it's not spelled out, right away. You have to be able to look through. And I mean, it doesn't hurt that I'm a huge fan of this stuff. So like sometimes I'll know the background of certain things and they don't have to explain it. Like, that's okay. I got it. I know what this is, which is always fun when that happens. But yeah, looking in between is important.
Yeah, that and sometimes and I spoke to Ryan Bartley earlier this
Oh
month.
yeah, I love Ryan. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, she
great.
she is very sweet. She's a very
Yeah,
sweet person to talk to. We was talking about, well, I've been trying to talk to her for almost a year now, but I finally managed to talk to her on here.
yeah,
So, we was talking about how some of the games and shows that she's done, like Sword Art Online, Sonic
yeah,
Frontiers,
yeah,
there's there's all these maturity stuff in there. Like the latest Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers, that was
yeah.
like it was a more mature game. It's not kid friendly.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
it's more mature, and there's a lot of like life lessons in that game as well, because you see a lot of emotions as Sage watches Sonic's interaction with his friends, Amy, Knuckles, and Tails.
yeah,
And each time Sonic had a discussion about them or helping the Coco fulfill their destiny, there's a life lesson to be paying attention to.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
for example, Tails was like, I need to go it alone for a while. He feels like he has to rely on Sonic for everything when he just feels like, like you said in that cutscene, am I a burden to you?
yeah,
He's like, and Sonic was like, wow, where's this coming from?
yeah. Deep. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Which makes it cool and relevant and keeps the stories interesting. And also, I don't know that's really I haven't played Sonic Frontiers, but I'm aware of it and I know but now I want to play it knowing that there's that level to it. That's really cool.
Yeah, and then I also asked Ryan about, as far as, and guess what? Listen, this one's going to interest you, okay? Because
Yeah.
we were talking about computers and AI. There's a lot of
Okay.
AI stuff going around and stuff.
Right.
People rely on a few things. Listen, if you saw what was going on, especially with you guys saying like, don't use AI to record voices, because that's what's going on in LA. A lot
Mm.
of stuff using AI. Something that I told Ryan about was saying like even though Sage and Yuna from Song for Tears of Sword Online are AR characters, she was saying, you know, even though these characters are AI, the story revolves on how human they are.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, I think part of it, because the conversation about AI is very hot button right now. I like that there is a push toward, even if it's used. I mean, I see it as a tool and I also see it as an advancement in how things get created. But I also, kind of to that point, I want the human element to stay. And I think that it will. I don't think there's a world where we are going to get stories that are anywhere close to what we want to see that are not human generated and human, driven. So using it as a tool, I think is great. And yeah, keeping the human level in there, I think is really important. So that's good. That's good.
Exactly. And to be honest, when I told her when I was watching that movie, Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale and playing Song for Tears,
Yeah.
I actually like the stories with these AI characters because now I'm starting to understand sometimes computers are not what they seem to be.
Right.
You just
Yeah.
gotta really pay attention. Same thing in oh shoot, I'm about to go deep here. I
That's
watched
okay.
I watched the final season of My Hero Academia of
Hmm.
the final season back then when it first came out. By the
Yeah.
way, Chris Sabat, I met Chris Sabat last year. He very nice. And
That's cool.
I'm about to meet him again at GalaxyCon in July.
Great.
Didn't expect to see him so soon again the next year.
Yeah.
So, but this is going besides the point. The point is, if you've seen that scene when he was fighting All for One with his armored All Might suit, his
Yeah.
AI is called Hercules.
Hmm. Hmm.
And, he was saying stuff like, he was on death's door. He didn't have no armor left. Because as he said before, some people are not able to hold their own in a fight after losing an item.
Right. Right. It's
So,
true.
I mean, have we not learned anything from Avengers Infinity War when Iron Man
I
fought Thanos?
Yes. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he lost
Yeah.
all the nanotech.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
wasn't able to hold his own.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
he when All for One was getting ready to blast All Might, Hercules jumped in and it was like, and All Might was saying like, Hercules, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she was saying, I'm performing one last action. You must live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh, that's so good. I love
So
that. That's
I
a really
was
cool.
like, that's what I'm saying. Computers can have feelings as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. To a degree, yes.
Depends, but yeah, wait, I
Yeah,
know it's
yeah, yeah.
fiction. I know it's fiction, but that actually touched my heart a
No,
little bit.
no, and yeah, and I love stories like that. Like there was a comic book that I read a while ago called Alex and Ada from Image Comics, people that did like Saga and like, a million amazing stories. And it was about this guy named Alex, and his grandmother bought him an android robot named Ada, who was originally designed as like a companion and somebody to be with. And she was like, "You're not dating anybody. I'm going to buy this for you." And so they started to. He was very resistant, and then she became sentient and realized that she was an android, and like figures out what that story is like, and they go on. So it's cool when that element is added in. Those stories are very compelling.
Yeah, so well
Yeah.
sure. I hope you guys and I hope Ryan continues to make stories like that, because she's been
Oh,
in a lot of characters and she's been a few AI characters. So I hope she gets another
yeah,
AI role to play as.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
that would be sweet to see. But yeah, all those
Cool.
stories that you're doing, Isaac, telling these context clues, researching characters. Now sometimes y'all don't have time to research the stuff because
Right.
there's a deadline going on.
Yes, yes, the schedules, yes, deadlines, all that stuff. Yeah, it's still a business, of course.
So pretty much let's just try to wing it and see what we can do.
Yeah, I love it.
So
It's
you
good.
just gotta be ready to go
Yeah,
when the alarm sound enough off, it's time to go.
yep, that's right. That's right.
There you go. Oof, sounds like a preacher for a long time. Excuse me. I am sorry.
No, it's okay.
So
Love it. I love it.
I'm passionate about these
Yeah,
things.
yeah. No, the please, no, share it. I love this stuff. Don't even apologize to me.
Okay. Oh, now how do you make a character feel authentic when you might only have limited context or lines? And we just talked about this, but go ahead.
No, no, it's okay. I'll give kind of a summary of sort of what I talked about. I make it feel authentic because I take it to a place that I'm familiar with. So, like, if the character, for example, is feeling angry about something or sad or happy or whatever emotion is in the story, I don't try to manufacture that to a degree that makes it feel false. I don't think like I'm going to be sad now or I'm going to be happy now. I think what's a specific moment that I went through that's similar to what the character is experiencing that I can draw upon, and something about that vulnerability and opening up makes it feel authentic. Uh, there's a great clip from, I forget her name, but there's an actor that I saw in an interview where she said people think that acting is putting on a mask. You go out, like, not maybe literally, but when you go out on stage or when you do a character, it's like, I'm putting this costume piece on now, or I'm putting this persona on. When in reality, the performances that are really drawing us in are when you take away a mask and you reveal something vulnerable. And I think that's why actors are so fascinating, because you get deep into something intimate that you wouldn't necessarily see or know about or really be exposed to except in this role that they're playing. So to keep it authentic, I try to stay authentic to the emotion and authentic to the moment as much as I can. Because I mean, whatever medium you're doing, the camera, the microphone, whatever, it will hear or capture the uncertainty or the block of vulnerability. So if you can just kind of release yourself into that, the authenticity seems to come through pretty well. So in addition to the stuff we were talking about a minute ago, I think that's what I would say is how the authenticity stays consistent.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, like you said, and as I said before, time is limited. Now maybe if you have a few seconds before,
Mhm.
like I don't know what you guys are scheduled like. If y'all wake up in the morning, maybe research a little bit before y'all have
Yeah.
to do this thing, then that works too. As long as y'all have a little bit of information. And listen, even a little bit of information is a lot of information.
Oh, yeah. Like if I'm going into something that it has an established world already, or if I know something about it, I will look up a trailer or look at some images, or like I just did work on a video game that is a continuation of another story that's going to be coming out. I don't know when, but a little while from now. But then I went back and I looked at information on the first iteration of the game just to be like, okay, this is the world that I'm stepping into now. That's cool. It's already been worked on and established and fleshed out. So, but even that little bit, I was like, I got it. I know what the tone is now. So yeah, it is important. Just a little bit of headway is always nice.
Yeah, hey, listen, something is better than nothing,
Yes. Hmm.
especially I like, especially in that scene with Iron Man 3. Hey, Jarvis was saying, how much power do I have on the scene? It's only at 92%.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to do.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So,
Freaking Jarvis. Yeah, laying it out how it is. Yeah.
so yeah. Oh, listen, whatever piece of listen, any piece of information or power source you can get, take it.
Yes, I agree.
That's
100%.
all. That's all you can. And
Yeah.
so, what's a role that challenged you in a way you didn't expect?
Ooh, good question. Um, I've got to think back. I think a role that challenged me that I didn't expect was I'm trying to go back and I think this is an interesting one. When I was at D23 2 years ago, there was an interactive element to the one of the displays for Marvel. I was sticking with Marvel, where you could meet Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy. And myself and four other performers we played Rocket for that experience. So we were backstage in another room being filmed with just cameras. We didn't have like a tracksuit on or anything. It was just cameras and a microphone, and we were interacting with guests in real time as Rocket Raccoon. And I think that role was challenging because it was, that voice, that time, that persona that Bradley Cooper had established that people know really well. So trying to stay authentic to that, um, and also keeping the world alive and authentic to Rocket in the midst of varying degrees of people. Because, we weren't just talking to like adults that are Marvel fans coming through. It was like, 4-year-olds that really believed he was the, and I mean, he looked, and you can see the videos online that ILM released. Like, he looks just like the film. Like, they rendered him just like it, moves just like him. Amazing technology. And so, keeping that world real, keeping the moments authentic, keeping him engaging and also trying to balance different forms of human interaction, whether they be kids, adults, fans of Marvel, not fans of Marvel, influencers versus non-influencers, things like that, writing all of those atmospheres. It was hard. And because we were doing it for like, 30 minutes at a time. So it was continuous and also improvising. We didn't have any scripts or anything. So we were talking to people just off the cuff, trying to keep the world engaging and the dialogue authentic, speaking of authenticity, to what Rocket would be experiencing and feeling. So in recent memory, that was a really interesting and challenging thing, but I think I gained a lot from it and I really, really enjoyed the experience. So that's one.
Well, hey, sometimes you got to work on those voices.
I
Rocket
know.
Rocket likes to talk a lot of trash.
Yeah, he does. I
So,
know. Oh, and that's the other thing too is you talk trash, but you can't talk adult trash. You got to keep it, Marvel, Disney, because there's people that are from the company watching this thing. So like keeping it, realistically Rocket, but not too far off on the edge. So that was
mm.
another interesting challenge.
Oh man, it's funny that you mentioned voices. I actually interviewed Rebecca Chiara Moreno last week,
Okay.
and she's good at doing the monster voices. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was showing her a few examples of the monster voices. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Have you heard of the Gears of War series?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Have you played some of them? If
A
not, it's okay.
long time ago I did, but like back in high school, but I have played them. Yeah.
Well, I'm on Gears of War 2. I'm
Okay.
trying to play the whole series before they drop the trailer for Gears of War E-Day next month.
Okay.
So I'm just
Cool.
trying to catch up. Sometimes when I be listen, last time I was playing Gears 5, sometimes I like to do some of the monster voices
Yeah.
while I'm playing them when they kill somebody.
That's hilarious, dude. That's great. I love
I
that.
just can't help myself because they like to talk a lot of trash
Yeah,
in
yeah,
those games.
yeah. And
So
then you clap back with a monster.
when I was playing as Scourge, he was saying shredding fire.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
one of those creatures, the Scion, cracked me up every time when he does a headshot off of somebody. He was saying, okay, he was saying, "We're so layered." I was like,
Awesome.
what does that even mean?
Yeah, who knows? But it's fun. It's really fun.
Listen, I don't understand what they mean when they say words like litho layered or what do y'all say? What's that mean?
We don't need to know. Yeah, just yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll research it another
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yes,
yeah. Yeah,
sometimes you got to keep things PG-13 in Disney World because you got
yeah,
kids watching. And
yeah,
wait, oh shoot! See, now I'm thinking all these cartoons, these funny moments now.
yeah,
Ultimate Spider-Man when they had to fight
yeah,
Dundra in the Fact Four. Drake Bell did an amazing job as Spider-Man.
yeah.
So
Oh, I forgot he did Spider-Man. That's right. Yeah, I
y-
remember that. I remember
yeah,
that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. And he's saying, nah, language stunty, kids are watching.
Yep. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
So you got, but yes,
That's funny.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Y'all can save the adult. Listen, y'all can save the adult stuff until like midnight. Okay,
Right. Exactly.
there you go. Shoot.
Yeah.
So, we're out of that section now. Now we're in section three, big projects and industry. This is gonna be your favorite section because it's mostly about Marvel.
Yes. Good.
Okay. Now you stepped into major franchises,
Mhm.
you know, like Marvel.
Yes.
What's that pressure like compared to original projects?
It's different because I wouldn't necessarily consider it pressure, more like, I mean, we're going to go right back to Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. And so I consider it more a privilege to continue what has been established with something like Marvel. So it's more of an excitement than a pressure. I honestly think that sometimes the pressure can come from the original stuff just because it's being developed and it's being created all, anew. And so trying to satisfy the creators and the directors and the people designing it, making sure that I'm following whatever their idea is sometimes more pressure filled than like, oh, well, this exists and I just need to follow that blueprint that's already there. I will say though that for things like X-Men, uh, there was a little more pressure and excitement because it's X-Men. And like I grew up with that show and especially with the X-Men animated series, people have a very high expectation of what it's supposed to feel like, what it's supposed to look like, how the stories are supposed to go because we had, those initial seasons of perfection and now we're trying to step into something else. So I think when it comes to something like that, that's like a reboot. That's a little more of a different situation. But in general, the stuff that's established I just kind of release my pressure from that because I'm like they've trusted me with this for some reason, an important reason, and so I'm just going to do what I can with it and hope that it works because a lot of us there are many actors that have played many different versions of different characters. I mean, like how many Spider-Man have there been in the last 60 plus years? So thinking about it in that way kind of makes you feel a little bit gives a little more ease or something like when I did the Black Ranger for Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, the Power Rangers have been an established thing but there's enough not like there's multiple versions necessarily for a lot of them but there kind of are because there have been different TV shows and things but it's my version of the Black Ranger as close as I can get to the original feel so um keeping the spirit of it alive, I think is easier than like, oh, it's brand new and I need to make sure that it's good because we're releasing it for the first time to the world. But it oscillates back and forth depending on the role. But I like it because the pressure adds to the thrill of it, or the excitement adds to the joy that I get, and so it makes it for a richer experience, I think.
Okay, good stuff. And listen, since Marvel's been a big thing since back then, also rest in peace, Stanley. He passed away in
Yes.
2018.
Oh, yeah.
He left something amazing behind. And after
Yes.
and after Avengers Endgame, they decided to do no more cameos with him because out of
Right.
respect, we don't want to do any like computer generated stuff with him out of
No,
respect.
I think it's a really good choice. Yeah, I'm really
Yes.
happy they did that.
So but yeah, shoot, those huge franchises like Marvel, especially when they're doing the Infinity Saga, and now they're
Yeah.
doing the Multiverse Saga. Yeah, and now you got TV shows and animations.
Yeah.
They won't start coming out with Marvel stuff. Trust me, it won't stop.
Yeah. No.
Same thing, with franchises like Dragon Ball. They
Yeah.
bring a Dragon Ball back this fall. They won't
Yeah.
stop making games because they just announced Xenoverse 3.
Oh,
They
wow.
they won't
Man.
they won't stop making games
Yeah,
because
no,
because
we
because
know we want it.
because all those franchises like Marvel, DC. By the way, my adventures with Superman season 3 starts next month. I can't wait for that. I did an
Nice.
analysis on that because this time they're dealing with Cyborg Superman, and I was like,
Oh,
y'all need to go back and watch Reign of the Superman, the 2019 movie after you watch the Death of Superman.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you're right. And I love that it's not stopping though, because that means that we get more stuff. And as a fan and as, people that are fans of stuff from the 90s or earlier, I don't we're that there's a comfort to it, there's an excitement to it, and there's a familiarity with those characters that I think is always going to be desired. So I think it's why, yeah, it's never going to stop, and I think it's great.
Yeah, all those 90s shows are great. Listen, my whole love for pop culture started back then when I was a little kid in the
Yeah,
early 2000s was
yeah.
Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, that's top tier. S tier animation. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it won't stop. And that's why I keep watching. Listen, when Kevin Conroy passed away, I keep watching the series over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also been playing the Arkham games nonstop.
Right.
See, I
Right.
got the whole Arkham trilogy on Pop Figures over here.
That's great. I love it.
Here's the thing. So I got the Arkham Asylum one. My auntie got me that for Christmas because she gave me a GameStop card and I ordered offline.
Nice.
The Arkham City one I got last fall.
Okay. Okay.
And then when they announced that new Batman one with the bat symbol, when they
Yeah.
announced that last fall, I was like, Funko, what? I just got the Arkham City pod. Why are you doing this to me?
I know. Yeah. Funko knows what they're doing. I
And
buy them all the time.
when they dropped the Arkham 9, I was like, I guess my Arkham collection isn't complete.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
listen, when I pre-order from Games, I listen. There's a GameStop that's right down the street. They know me pretty well. I'm their regular, so they,
Yeah. Yeah.
we had good conversations. We're
Good.
good friends out there.
That's great.
They hooked me up when I pre-ordered the
Oh,
pop
oh,
figure. I was the first one to get the first copy.
that's great. Oh, see that relationship. I'm jealous. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, go out there, go talk, make those connections, tell them what you're all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
They'll give you special deals. And guess what? Even though I didn't pre-order the new Lego Batman game because I couldn't afford it because I just got some new Oakley Meta glasses.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Oh,
Son,
cool. Huh.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to do more content stuff. I have these glasses now. They can actually
Yeah.
record and take photos.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh, they all come
So
with those.
he told me that he would hook me up with the Lego Batman poster. So
Yeah.
he'll still hook me up. So
Great.
he'll keep one of them available for me. So that's what happens. We have those connections. They'll hook you up with stuff that you want to have decorating in your room or etc.
Awesome.
Just make sure you just be cordial first before you
Yeah.
go into the
Oh,
friend
always.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to. Yeah. No, you're doing it right. You're doing it right.
So,
Yeah.
and so yeah, but yeah, all those those shows, the pop culture stuff is never going to die. It's never
Right.
going to.
No,
That's why
no,
you
it
got more
doesn't.
movies, and now we got Sonic the Hedgehog 4. FYI, my cousin is friends with Tika Sumpter,
Nice.
so they've done a lot of projects and everything. And I was like, come on now.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, though. He actually sent me a video that Tinka Sumter recorded a video for me, and she talked to my cousin, and she knew I like Sonic,
Yeah.
so she said keep playing those games and go
Oh,
do that stuff.
that's
Hopefully,
so
one
cool.
of these days, who knows? Maybe I might interview him one of these days. I just need to ask
Yeah.
him. I just need to ask him a few questions first.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I need to make sure because thing is, I know Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is coming out. So
Hmm.
my plan is to try to interview her before or after the movie comes out.
Nice. Okay.
So,
There. Good luck.
but we'll see what happens. But let's
Yeah.
continue. But let's continue here. We're here for you today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, um, now working on something like X-Men 97,
Hmm.
how do you balance honoring legacy characters while making them your own?
Kind of what I spoke to earlier, knowing what the original material had produced. I looked at Philip Aiken's original performance from the original show and tried to give it my own spin as to how I felt about it. Um, and knowing that I'm a piece of the story and not trying to make myself like the star of it, if that makes sense. I want to make sure that I blend in. So I luckily have the advantage of YouTube and everything that we have now to look at stuff from before and Disney Plus and everything to kind of research what has existed. Um, and following the story desires of the people making it. I'm not there to say I own Bishop or I am, I have the character because I don't. I get to borrow him for a little while. Um, and so keeping him authentic with the story, just knowing what the tone is, knowing what it is. And plus, I've been in this show for a while now, so like I'm kind of used to what it feels like. Um, and so making sure that that doesn't ever go away. Uh, and then also knowing what is expected of me going into each session, I'm prepared for that. And then I just actually finished watching the first season again with my girlfriend because she hadn't seen the whole thing yet. And so going back and being like, okay, this is what it feels like, this is what it looks like. Um, Talking to the fans is a good thing. That keeps me grounded because they know sometimes way more than I do about what's going on. But yeah, kind of a combination of all those things, I would say, is how I keep it, where it is.
Okay, yeah, yeah, and sometimes with Bishop, listen, so many fans be judging people, because there's been a lot of backlash, and with these characters, because I'm trying to say like you say, you don't own the character. I'm just doing my job and bringing her to life.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to do anything extra.
yeah.
There's also, and this is just a discussion I've been having with some of you guys as well. There's been a lot of like backlash and racism going on with these characters.
Hmm.
And I've been looking at the reports. I've been checking the social media. There's like all these nasty comments. And I was like, y'all, if y'all don't like it, then don't watch it. Like
Yeah,
it's that simple.
really easy. Yeah,
Because when they were attacking that actress who was playing Vivi in One Piece, and I was like, these people will not leave us alone. Go
yeah,
away.
yeah. I know. Yeah, I mean, they're just hiding behind a keyboard to make noise in their own way. Those opinions won't last very long. Yeah, they're not important.
Plus, they just doing it for attention. Like
Exactly.
I had like, I've seen so many people attack people. Like, well, let me tell you this. Earlier this year, there was a person who was attacking one of my friends on YouTube
Hmm.
because they had a disagreement about a film. Thing is, the one person, her name is Abby Bocoder. She's an actress.
Okay.
And we've been, she's 23 and she lives in North Carolina. She's been doing this for a while now, and she was attacking, saying like, "You're not this character in this show." And basically, I had to put that person out on blast because
Hmm.
I was like, "So you decide to come on my YouTube page and attack someone just because you got bored with your life and got jealous of someone else's successes? That just tells me everything I need to know about you."
Yeah. Yep. You're like, I got you figured out now. Yeah. You
Mhm.
show me everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's been a lot of hateful comments going around and everything, and some people even like make fun of like there was this one video that I actually did for from Fun Fetty Cake. Her name is Des. She does kawaii girl stuff. She's
Okay.
very amazing. She's very cute. She was saying like one of her friends, some person was trolling her in the comments saying like womp womp, and her friend was deceased, so he was making fun of her dead friend. So Des told me what was going on. So because she knows I do some of this stuff from time to time when I feel like it.
Hmm.
So I was saying and stuff like, and listen, buddy, I wouldn't go around making, hateful comments like this in general.
No.
But if you're going to, maybe don't do it when the school that you go to is listed in your bio.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's
Maybe
because
maybe
that's
check yourself for a second. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, because that's how Des was able to contact the principal so quickly.
Wow. Yep. Yep. There it is.
These people do so many stupid things and they think they're not going to get
Yeah,
consequences.
no. Yeah. Just not aware. Just not aware. Yeah.
So, but yeah, all those people who will be trolling on the internet talking like, because when they attack Zeno Robinson because he said he wasn't black enough for this character or something, and
I love the show.
and that was what got Yagata. The list just keeps going on and
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I tell people, and especially you guys, keep doing what you like. I tell them peace and love over hatred.
Yes. Yep. That's it. That's all. Full stop. Yep.
So, and listen, and here's the other thing too. When Halle Bailey came out for Little Mermaid, they
Yeah.
used AI to generate her as a white person.
Wow. Wow. That's so dumb. No.
So,
Yeah.
so like y'all, if y'all want to watch the old one, just go on Disney Plus and watch the 1989 version. If y'all that broken by it,
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to enjoy what you guys are doing and watching my movies. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. That's all. That's all you need to do.
I don't care. Listen, I say if you come up with something new, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna pop some popcorn and sit on the chair and watch it.
Yeah. That's it.
So
That.
that's all it is. But yeah, same thing, like you're here with X-Men, I said with Bishop. I'm just here doing my job trying to bring him to life. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not asking for anything extra.
Right. Right. Yep. That's
So
exactly right.
yeah, and X-Men, X-Men's been around for a long time. It's really big. I never watched the 1997 show,
Yeah.
but I am thinking about going back and watch it alongside with Spider-Man the animated
Yeah.
series.
Check it out. 90s Spider-Man and 90s X-Men is great. I mean, if you like the 90s Batman, it's yeah.
Yeah, because there's the same voice actors like David Warner and Aaron Zimbalist. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's long gone. Aaron
Yeah.
Zimbalist Jr. They were both in DC and Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things, and but yeah, those 90s shows because I think X-Men and Spider-Man did have a crossover once in one of
They
those episodes.
That's what my memory says. It's I've got to go back and like really remember, but I mean I watched both, but and I know that they were in the same time frame, so they did. have some crossover, which is cool, and another reason to go watch it again.
Shoot, I better make sure. Thing is, I'm adding so many new stuff to my I watch list. When I spoke to Ryan the other day, I'm
Yeah,
adding ReZero to my watch list. Now
yeah.
I'm adding like all these other. See, I got so many shows to add to my watch list this summer.
It's okay. You got time. Enjoy
So,
it.
shoot, I'll make it work. This time
Yeah,
management.
right.
So, now next one, you've been part of a AAA games
Yeah.
and major animated films. Now, how different is the recording environment for those?
Not too different. I mean, it's definitely a similar vibe as far as setup, you know. Just for games, there may be more amounts of things to do because you have to cover so much area with the voices because you're going to be in various environments where the player is in control as opposed to like, the story is just moving along. So I think the only difference is maybe acting style and maybe setting and amount. But other than that, it's just like the other stuff that I'm doing. And just knowing what the story is and kind of being dropped in to this huge world. But yeah, there's not a ton of difference to me in my experience.
So pretty much just the same thing, just
Yeah,
different worlds.
exactly. Yep, exactly
Different
right.
worlds.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So yeah, so when you're in the TV show, same thing. Game,
Yeah,
same thing. As long as you're just putting out a nice little performance for fans to enjoy.
that's it. That's
That's
exactly.
all it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Hey, ask a simple question, get a simple answer.
Yeah.
There you go. Um, Last one, and then we'll be in section four. Now, what's something about working with big studios that people on the outside completely misunderstand?
They are not gods that are coming down from the heavens to pick people out from the earth to be in the pro. They're all people. People that are doing these things are still human beings that are making projects that are doing things that are worth something, and they might be on a bigger scale. You know, there's a difference between like, Sony Pictures Classics and Marvel Animation or Marvel Studios, as far as like types of movies or scale of movies, but it is not anything that is the people that are making them are still people. And I think that's the big thing is like people think about these big studios as like up on these echelons, which they are to a degree because they're making things that are on a global scale. But I think the best way I heard it was Jeff Bridges talking about making Iron Man 1, and he was nervous because it was like this huge movie and all these people and these celebrities and it's Jon Favreau and it's Robert Downey Jr. and it's millions of dollars. And then he was like, you got to just stop and think about it. You're just making a multi-million dollar student film. Like, just take yourself back to the original days of what you were doing before all these things. It's the same environment. It's just being distributed on a bigger level. So I think that's a misconception is that the bigger the project, the more far away the people are. But like, I connect directly with like Brad Winterbaum, for example, is one of the executive producers of Marvel animation in general, and super cool guy, really nice. And he's a person, they all are. So I think that's a big misconception about these bigger studios is they become less human, but they are still human, and that's my experience. So
Listen, this goes back to what I'm saying. Josh Bourne was saying it's all about paying your dues.
yeah,
Saying,
exactly.
listen, we're all listen. No matter what you guys are doing, I've been saying this to all kinds of creators, not just you guys as VAs. I've been speaking to
Yeah,
other people, the illustrators, artists. We're just trying to live. That's all we're
right.
doing.
That's all. That's all. Yeah.
That's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to do anything extra. We're just trying to put something out that are amazing to watch, tell these stories, and then we just go back to our regular lives. We're just trying to live a regular life. That's all we're
Yeah.
doing.
That's it. Yeah.
Mm. That's what
100%.
some people don't understand. Listen, listen, when that accident happened, sorry, when that
No, you're
incident happened with Zach Engler and that fan back in August, the
mhm.
fans were seeing them as just characters and not human beings. Now
Yeah.
that kind of pissed me off a little bit because I was like, there's more to them than that. And that's
Right.
why sometimes I get upset at all these like companies are saying like y'all trying to hoard these guys from us speaking to them. Well, like I said, we don't know what intentions are. But me, it took me a while to understand that. Sorry if I'm late to the party, so I can really get an understanding from you guys. So, like I said, it's part of growing up.
Oh, sound cut off.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
We're back. Yeah, we're back now. Yep.
Okay, oh, sorry. So what I was saying was, did you hear me say about Zach Engler, the fan, and all that
Yes,
stuff?
I did hear that first part. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, some of these fans don't see y'all as human beings.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. there's some of us out there who wants to sit down and have these kind of conversations because there's more to life than just VAs and doing all these studios work as well.
Right. That's correct.
And
Yeah.
again, don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
just we just want to like, what's the last time we just talked and all that stuff. So just like, because I guarantee some of y'all do get tired of talking about this all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
I don't, but I understand people that,
I
yeah.
got you. You could talk about this for decades.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yep. And I will. And I will continue to do it.
There you go. But yes, those studios and everything that you're doing, every fan needs to know that at the end of the day, these are people who are they're just trying to keep the lights on.
Right. Yep.
That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to put food on the table here.
Yes. That's it. That's all.
That's all we want. So let's keep that going.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, next section um is called the grind and reality. Now, a lot of people don't realize how much additional voices go into this work career. What does that grind actually look like? Part two.
Okay.
Sorry, should have said this was a two-part question. How
Yeah.
do you stay creatively sharp when you're constantly jumping between projects and roles?
So the how do I stay sharp? Um, well, I'll start with part two. Um, I try to approach each role with a new energy, and I don't let it sort of be like, oh, here's another one, you know. I don't want it to be that. I want it to be fresh. I want it to be interesting, and so I look for ways to make it different and stand out, because there is a burnout period that could happen. Because I audition like 1,000 times a year, so there's a lot of stuff that comes in and out, and I don't book most of the things I audition for. So keeping it fresh for myself is just looking for things that make me engaged and make me laugh or make me interested, even if it's not something that's directly on the page. I try to keep it engaging like that. Um, and tell me the first part of the question again, just so I remember.
Yeah, a lot
When I
of
asked the correctly.
people don't realize how much additional voices work goes into this career. What does that
Oh,
grind actually look like?
yeah. So well, what it looks like is auditions for one thing, but also staying creatively ready and malleable. Um, One of the additional voice gigs that I have loved over the last several years is being part of the Dan Povenmire verse, is kind of what I call it, because I worked on Hamster and Gretel and Phineas and Ferb, and I'm normally called in for additional voices. And I do the same thing for like Nickelodeon and things like that too. When I go into those things, I don't know what I'm going to be reading. I get the script initially, but I don't have any visual of the characters. I don't necessarily have the context of the show or the episode. And so I go into it. You could go into it two ways. You could go into it being like, oh no, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm scared because there's all these things that it could be, and I have to prepare. But I like the opposite. I go into being like, I'm excited to be handed roles that I may or may not know what's going to happen and jump on a choice right in the moment, like in the booth with the screen and the directors and just doing it right there. And it's kind of like a free fall almost. And if you get it right, it's a very fun feeling. So the grind of it is continuing to invent characters and moments and ideas based off of stuff you've done before or things you've experienced or ideas you have or things that make you interested, and then also being completely at the will of the people that are creating it and making sure that you are ready for choices that you may have prepared for one and you've been thrown another one. So it's not necessarily a grind, but it's just you're adapting to the shift that's happening all the time. So that's what I'd say about that. But it's really fun. It's really fun.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, you gotta get used to like, listen, you'd be surprised how many people, like you get so many new roles and additional voices, like,
Yeah.
I guess enough voice I got to do. Listen, I've been doing like this goes back to I've been doing this podcast for a while now. I've been like when I announce that, next month that I'll be doing something very special, because Pride Month is next month.
Hmm.
I sent out a post and I've gotten so many DMs texting me back. And listen, when I woke up Sunday morning, my phone was blowing up all day.
Yeah. That's
I,
great.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Don't shy away from it. Yeah, you got something.
Oh no, no. I was like, if I see something, I need to take it. I can't waste time. I gotta take
Yeah.
it. Same thing with this. Sometimes you gotta get used to all that. It gets overwhelming when I get new guests and I have to really just process my brain power and try to
Yeah.
get through it. It's exhausting.
Oh, I know.
I feel like yeah, shoot, I am so tired I can't even process. So
Yeah, now I know. And actually, speaking of, you were talking about grind a second ago. Speaking of grind, I'm interrupting this for 1 second to let you know I actually got a message that I'm going to be doing something right after this, so I don't have a ton more time in this section, if that's okay. Because
don't
I
worry. All right,
got a call, kind of like they need me, so just want to let you know that that just happened.
I'll
But
let you. Yeah, sure, sure. Nick.
yeah,
This is why I turned it in. That's why I told you that we might not get through all of these because I made them
yeah,
into two-part questions.
yeah. So, that's okay, and I like that there's depth. That's good.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, all those things. Just like I said, rest when you need to, and just keep
yeah,
going, and just yeah. If you need to take a break from it, if you see so many things happening at once, all right, just get off your phone for a second. Let's just process
right.
this and come back to
Yeah,
it. Turn off your
exactly.
phone if you got to.
Yeah, exactly.
But not for that, because I
Right.
know
No,
you
no, no,
gotta,
no. Yeah, yeah,
I know you gotta make sure you have announcements.
yeah.
All right, well, shoot, let's just go ahead and skip to the end, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
Since I know you say you don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah.
Um, now let's see, two-part question, shall we?
Okay.
What
Yes.
what kind of roles or project are you still chasing that you haven't done?
Okay.
Part two, when it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember Isaac Robertson Smith?
Great questions. I'm chasing. First question, simple answer, Star Wars. I haven't done any Star Wars work. I really want to. It's one of the first fandoms that I fell in love with as a kid with my brothers, so we're really attached to it in a lot of ways. And I really hope that I can be part of the galaxy at some point.
There you
That's
go.
uh, part two, what I want to be remembered for. Also, sort of a simple answer. I want to have had characters like myself. I want people to talk about the characters I've done and remember them and connect with them with the same enthusiasm that I do with characters that I, connect with in the way that I do. One of the simpler ways that I put it is if I someday go online to YouTube and find videos of kids imitating characters that I've created, then I feel like I will have made a full circle and I've made an impact because that means they're listening and they care about it because that's what I was doing. So that's, I think that's what, and I also want my family, my someday family to remember how I impacted the world art wise, but I want to be remembered by them for who I was also above the job. So that's it.
There you are. There you go. Just
Yeah,
keep what makes you happy and just keep listening, keep doing the work. The rest will come later.
exactly. You got it.
So, I think that wraps it up. Did you enjoy our discussion today?
I loved it, dude. You're great. Thank you for doing what you do. This is
Hey,
awesome.
like I said, sometimes I'd be pessimistic to make sure I did well. I'd be like, I just get up and do my best every
No,
day.
that's you're great at what you do, and I hope you keep doing it. Please, I want to talk again. Like, let me know. This is
Sure
awesome.
thing. Sure thing.